Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Paul's Monday Market Update number 232 for Monday, 27th of July, 2026. I hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good weekend. Hope you're ready for what is likely to be one of the kind of biggest weeks of the year before everybody loses interest and goes on holiday. Okay. If you're joining us for the first time, the Monday Market Update is just that. It is me flying through as much as I can share with you over the next 30 minutes, looking at strength and weakness within the FX indices and commodities markets. I look at a few relevant charts of interest that might be of interest to yourselves, and then I look at the live markets. It is not a signal service. It's not trade recommendations. It's just me sharing with you what I'm looking at, which might actually be of use or interest to yourself in your own trading and investing endeavors. But it isn't all tech firms and Mag 7 stocks. Friday, we also see some of the oil stocks. Okay, we've got Exxon, but then also Chevron here, right? Not unsurprisingly, oil prices, they remain the biggest driver of sentiment at the moment. There's no shock there. And I think people are going to want to understand how recent energy price volatility, how that has impacted earnings. Okay, so people are going to be looking at its cash flows, its dividends, buybacks. Okay, they're all going to remain kind of pretty central to the overall investment case. So yes, we've seen a lot of volatility in Chevron, but also you need to keep on top of the crude oil price, okay, and naturally any sort of geopolitical developments that we see between now and Friday and in the present world we live in. Well, of course, we can see them. There can be lots of that. Listen, we looked at these at the start of the year. This was Venezuela, all right? That's when Venezuela happened. We gapped up and we ran up, okay, and then sort of turned into the Iran conflict. And then, okay, of course, there was the sort of supposed peace deal and ceasefires, and price kind of fell away. And interestingly, we kind of fell to this sort of, where the 50 is, 170 area. We did I'd look at that as a kind of morning star formation. And as you can see, the kind of bombing of the resumption of kinetic operations against Iran, seeing the oil price bump up to nearly 100. And then invariably that has also been reflected in the Chevron share price. But you can see there, even though the pre-market, it looks like it's down about $8, almost $8 based upon what we were talking about. Okay, in terms of they have not gone, or those kinetic operations have come to an end. All right, and as I said, you can make up your own decision as to why they've come to an end. Ultimately, as traders, we're just interested in how the market's reacted to it, and so that's why we saw drops in oil price today. Also, why we've seen the pre-market drop in Chevron. But I'll be interested. What are the geopolitical say? What are the overall implications for the economy based upon the kind of the comments from Mr. Varsh on the FOMC on Wednesday, and then of course the actual numbers themselves, the earnings for Chevron and Exxon on Friday. So bumper week all round, ladies and gentlemen. All right, plenty for you to get your teeth into, plenty for you to watch, but equally, make sure that if you are trading this week, make sure that you are, as always, on top of the news flow, on top of the order flow, and on top of your risk management. So